I'm not done it yet.
Okay. How about Krutik? What do you got?
Still doing it.
Sorry, sir. You're still doing it. Okay. So let's see. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna go through the question to see. This is not a pretty easy question. So we're looking at the x. The x is part of the larger triangle. So if I'm gonna take the larger triangle, we can say triangle ABC is similar. Triangle ABC is similar. Similar to just need triangle ABC is similar to triangle A. You can say BFG triangle is also similar to triangle ADE. Are you seeing the picture? Because all three lines are parallel. This is going to be a common angle for all the triangles if I take it. Now, if I take BC, so that is BC. Now I'm going to ask myself, do I know some known sides? Yes, I know GF. So FG is equal to, now if I take the AC first and last, I'm going to go back to first and last H. So AC first and last, I'm going to go back to first and last AG. So it's going to be ACAG. So if you do that, BC is X over FG is 0.5, AC 2.4, AG 0.8. Now, to find the X, you're going to cross multiply 2.4 times 0.5 divided by 0.8. If you do the math, whatever the number you got is the right answer. It looks like Dakshi is almost correct. 1.5. Is that what you say, Dakshi?
I got 1.3.
Hello. Hi. Dakshi.
Yeah, I got 1.3.
Can you guys hear me? What's going on? No one hear me? What happened to my Zoom done? Hello.
I can hear
Shreya,
you.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you talking, Shreya? Oh, I see. I see exactly what might happen. Right. Okay. How come I can't hear Shreya? 1 second. Shreya, can you say hi?
Hi.
Oh, that's weird. Why can't I hear? You can't hear. Okay, you guys can hear me, but I can't hear you guys. What's happened? I need to figure it out. So let's see what's happened to my speaker. The speaker is turned on. Okay, can you say hi?
Hi.
Let's see who's saying hi. Dakshi, can you say hi?
Hi.
Okay, Dakshi saying hi. What is happening? It's mostly my sometime my iPhone pick it up my okay. My iPad tried to pick it up. So okay, let's do this. I'm gonna stop mirroring. If I stop mirroring, it's still on iPad. Let's see what's going on here. If I go back to CP24, let's see if I can play, watch. I want to see if my mic is working.
Change and also the shifting winds have changed. For example, in Toronto, we had yesterday more southerly winds. This morning they were more westerly, and now about noon they become west-northwest.
And a wildfire that forced an evacuation order in BC's Peace River. This Catanaw River wildfire now covers 46 square.
I see that that's working. You can one more time, hi. Hello.
Hi.
Oh yes. Okay, cool. All right. Dakshi, did you get 1.5?
I got 1.4.
Sorry?
I got 1.4.
Okay, but do you understand the math?
Yeah.
Okay. How about Krutik and Shreya?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a next question, really challenging. Kritika, are you following that, sir? Okay, can you guys go back to the next question, please? How many of you got this question? Hello. Hi. How are you? How are you guys doing? They asked all these questions. Can you see me again?
Yeah.
Okay, did you guys understand what the question is asking? Let me see. You guys have draw the diagram because there's no way you can get this question done if you don't have the right diagram. It's a completely diagram based problem. Let me see what's happening. Complete diagram based question. So let's see Krudik's diagram. Krudik, you're right. You wrote the diagram correct, sir. Right. Everything is good, sir. Everything is good, but you didn't just pay attention to one more information. They have been traveling for 2 hours, not 1 hour. They have been traveling for 2 hours, not 1 hour. That was a mistake. So what is sine 30 coming? Oh, this is something you did in the previous one. Okay. So I think that you guys got the first part right. So what's happening is the boat is traveling. One is going this way, the other one going another way, 30-degree angle. So one is actually 20-degree apart. So they are 20-degree apart, not 30-degree apart. So one is 20 kilometer. So he will be traveling, let's say ABC, 40 kilometers at that time. The other one riding 30 kilometer per hour, so he will be traveling 60 kilometers. We need to find the distance between BC. Kritik, you're almost on the right track, wrong diagram. Can you fix it and try to complete it and then tell me what you just got?
Oh, so you can only use like tangent and
Only if you have a right angle triangle, correct?
okay.
That's why we have the sine rule and cosine rule. Okay, I just going to wait for Shreya to complete the math so we can see.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Anna.
Oh,
The
வழக்கமா ஜாயின் பண்ண லிங்க்னு சொல்லுங்க.
அது work பண்ணல. என்ன பிரச்சனை? வழக்கமா join பண்ற link. It was in the book. You're if we don't need to sign in to start the meeting.
No. I send you the right link. I will send the link again to the chat.
Yeah, அதுவும் அதேதான் சொல்லுது அண்ணா. If you're meeting host,
I just gonna be okay. I'm gonna copy the link because I'm in the meeting. I sent the same link to another student today that he want to join online. So I better put a click பண்ணுங்க.
okay.
It's the same link.
Same link. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಚಲೋ? Sign in to start. Okay, அதை click பண்ணு. Sign in to start.
Oh, I see what sign in to start, but Kodik was able to join in. Can you sign in with the Zoom? It doesn't need to be asked sign in to start. Okay. Oh, she's coming. Oh, that's me coming. Now when I try the link, now I put a link on and I'm gonna try one then.
No.
Oh yeah, Anna's coming. All good. One time. Okay. Good morning. You should know that the link that we are using for this class. Hi. Hello. Can you guys hear me? She makes sure because Anna.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then Anna must hear me. So I'm gonna put this link for her. We are doing exam rebate question, lady. So we did 2 questions. I'm gonna move on. Okay. So Kritik, what did you get, sir? Final answer?
26.258.
How much?
26.258.
Yes, that's right. So cost A is going to be cost of 20. Anaha, can you hear me?
Yeah.
60 squared minus A squared, which we need to find out 2 times 40 times 60. So A squared is equal to then 40 squared plus 60 squared minus 2 times 40 times 60 times cos 20, and A is equal to square root of the whole number, 40 squared plus 60 squared minus 2 times 40 times 60 times cos 20. Okay, so we're gonna moving back to the next question. So can you answer the next question, please? Next question, look at the diagram. What are you doing at school, Anaha?
Exam review.
Okay.
Actually, our last day of school was yesterday.
You were not in school yesterday?
No, I won't.
Okay. Exam review, what exam review and what's happening?
It's very weird how they gave it to us.
What?
Very weird how they gave it to us. They gave it to us in sections,
Okay.
and just for the past few days, they gave it to like in booklets.
Mm-hmm.
They also showed what the final exam is going to look like.
Oh, they're nice teachers. That's what the
Yeah, I
private
know. It's so nice, right?
that's what the private school does. They need to make sure that the kids feel cool and calm so that they can
Yeah,
make
but they never showed the questions, and they told us not to record. But then this random girl started recording. Thank God I'm not like that. But
okay, that's not my discussion. Can you go back to the question, please?
sure. Sure.
Hmm. What's up?
What questions would teachers ask about discriminant?
Hmm.
Yeah, like there's this like page about the discriminant. Like,
Yeah.
there's like 4 questions talking about it or something. I don't
Yeah,
even.
pretty easy. I taught that in the class.
Yeah, but like
I taught in grade 11. I taught in grade
no,
10.
no, sir. No, how to use it. It's like
Okay, so this is
about it.
this what?
Not how to use this discriminant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Or maybe it is, but I don't know. Because they didn't show that page very well.
Okay, but
But
I'm focusing
yeah.
on different question. You're talking about something else. Can you get this one down, please?
Okay. Bless you, sir.
Sakshi, are you working on the problem?
Yeah, but I'm confused.
You should be confusing because it's a challenging question. Let's see. Who's figuring it out first?
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
is the fence 3 meters away from the wall? Or is it the ladder that's 3 meters away from the wall?
You really find that difficult to comprehend that English? It's written in English,
Yes,
not in
English
language.
is very struggling for me because I speak Anaga.
The
Yeah,
ladder
it's a
must
mix of
reach.
broken English. It's a mix of Tamil and it's a mix of Taipungu.
The ladder must reach 6 meter up. So it
Yeah.
need to be reach 6 meter up on the wall. Pass over the fence. The fence is 1.5 meter in height. So the height of the fence is 1.5 meter. So you had to go 6 meter height, and then fence is 1.5 meter height and 3 meter from the wall. So this is sitting 3 meter from the wall. The question is asking determine the length of the ladder. Determine the length of the ladder. So as I said, this question, if I give this standard paper, probably just only 1% of the Ontario students might doing well. It's become a reality how most of you don't really even think out of the box. How would we do this question? Shreya, you're doing 6 minus 1.5. That is not quite going to help. That is not quite going to help. So this question is not a SOHCAHTOA problem. It's a similar triangle problem. So let's label A, B, C, D, E. All I know is ABE is triangle, similar to triangle ACD. Then I can write AB over AC is equal to AE over AD is equal to BE over AC. Let me put all these numbers. AB, do I know AB? Just do I know AC? No, I don't know. So let's call AC. Do I know AE? No, I don't know AE. Do I know AD? No, I don't know the AD. BE, do I know BE? Just I do BE. AC, DC. So 1.5 over, it's ACD. So that's last two is supposed to be CD. So CD is 6. So now if you look at here, the question, they want you to find out AD, length of the ladder. So therefore, I have to use that AD. I need to use this ratio. So AE over AD supposed to be 1.5 over 6. But we don't know the AE. So the only way you can solve the problem if you know the AE. Kritik, how do I find AE? What can I do to find AE, Kritik? Kritik?
Cross multiply.
Multiply to find AE. But without AE, we want to find AD. That's a question. So let's do 6 times AE is equal to 1.5 times AD. AD is equal to 6 times AE divided by 1.5. Without knowing AE, I cannot find my AD. Aleha, how do I find AE?
Wait, so that's 6 AE, right? 6 AE over 1.5.
Now my question is, how do I find AE? That's all
Yeah,
I ask.
let me just, I need to look better. One moment, sir. Wait, no. You already did that.
What?
Wait, let me think.
Okay, Shreya, how do I find AE?
Oh, I figured it out, sir.
Hmm?
You use SOHCAHTOA.
No.
Okay.
Shreya, how do I find AE?
Pythagorean theorem.
Correct. Pythagorean theorem. So you can see there's a 1% will know what to do. These questions for our kids nowadays is not easy. So this is 3 meter. This is 1.5 meter. So AE, you can use Pythagorean theorem. So AE squared, 3 squared plus 1.5 squared. 9 plus 1.5 is 2.25. So you can find what is AE in the square root. Then you can plug in there. Find the final answer. Are you guys following that? Hello?
Yeah.
All right. Let's going back to the next one. I'm not going to say anything. You have to sketch the diagram. Draw the diagram. Draw the diagram. If you don't draw the diagram, you can visualize the problem. Anaha, are you working on the drawing the diagram? Kritik, you are on the public district, Catholic district school board, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's from Toronto Catholic district school board. The new stunt they have been asking to do. Killing the senior and then Chromebook stunt. You guys heard about it?
Wait, what?
So kids are doing some stupid stuff. One is called Chromebook stunt. Putting a paper clip into the Chromebook USB port, let it to heat and then explode it. And then putting a paper clip on a power outlet and then throwing a coin at it to make a spark. And then using a water gun to disappear senior student. It's a new trend. New
Yeah,
trend. What?
Yes, in the truth.
You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that police will catch them and put them behind the bar forever. All right. So interesting diagrams coming out. Again, this is an engineering question. If you don't draw the right diagram, there's no way you can visualize this problem. So far, I didn't see anyone. Okay, so I have Kritik draw the diagram kind of there, but it's not correct. Let's see whether Dakshi draw the diagram. So, Dakshi, one of the car is on the air, the other car is on the ground. Are they talking about flying cars? Look at the way you're drawing the diagram. One car is on the top of the window, the other car is on the bottom of the window. Hi. Imagine you guys become an engineer, what will happen? Okay. The bridge will collapse. From a window of an office building. From a window of the office building. Two cars, which are 20 meter apart seen. So there's a two cars, they're sitting 20 meter apart. let's call car A, car B. Seen in the same direction, one at an angle of depression 25. So to look at the car on the far end, you have to look down little angle, but to look at the car that's close by, you have to look at an angle 50 degree. Your friend thinks, since the angle is half and one car must be twice as far as from the base of the building. So all they ask you to find out, this is the base, this is the base. Let me roll the base nicely. Let me roll my base nicely. So let's call that C. Oh, let's call that B. So to make that base, this is A, this is D. So what you need to prove it. You need to find the distance BA. You need to find the distance BD. And you had to justify. Your friends think, since the angle is half to another, one car must be twice as far. So he's saying that the BD is supposed to be 2 times BA. The question has to justify whether your friend who make the climb is correct. Right? So from a window in an office building, 2 cars which are 20 meters apart are seen in the same direction at an angle. What we don't know any information. We only know that information. How do we do this? How we're gonna find those distance. Let's call BAG. Let's call this E. Hello. How would you guys prove that? I'm leaving for you to, when you get it done, let me know that you have able to prove it. If you get stuck, I have no clue. I'm not an engineer. Let me know. I will show you what to do. Shreya, are you following the diagram?
Yeah.
And then Kodik and Anaher and Dakshi, are you guys following what the diagram talk about? Dakshi,
Yeah.
are you following? Okay. All right. Not a quite easy problem. So let's show you what to do. So let's go back here. I don't know the distance. I'm gonna call that distance X. I don't know this distance. I'm gonna call that distance Y. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're looking at that. We're looking at a triangle. First, this angle is 50 degree. When this angle is 50 degree, we know that angle must be 40 degrees, isn't it? Are you seeing the picture? So using that angle 40 degree, I'm gonna do some math. So the first math I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find a relationship between X and Y. So if I'm gonna do tan of 40 degree, X divided by Y, isn't it? So therefore X is equal to Y times tan 40 degree. Are you guys following that first expression? Hello. Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's the first step. So now we're gonna moving back to find the distance of BD. So how do you find the distance of BD? Well, we know this angle is 25. Therefore, that angle, 90 minus 25, is going to be 65 degree. So if I take tan of 65 degree, it's x plus 20 divided by y. X plus 20 divided by y. So all I need to find out what is the x plus 20 is. So we know the x plus 20 is equal to y times tan 65. Equation number 2. But remember, the x is the distance BA, and x plus 20 is the distance BD, isn't it? Are you seeing the picture? Hello? Hi. Everyone seeing that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's look at these two numbers. BA is y tan 40. The other one, y tan 65. But we can clearly say y times tan 40. So it's not equal to 2 times y times tan 65. There's no way this will be equal. Because you got a y tan 40. And this time, you got y tan 65. Tan 65 and tan 40 are not the same number. They're not half of them. So you can conclude your friend is not right. Are you seeing the picture? How do we prove it? Hello? Hello? Hi? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the solid grade 10 exam questions. All right. Now we're gonna going back to solving system of linear equation. Pretty easy. Can you guys do the next one? B. Anaha, are you live on the other side?
No.
Okay. This is a pretty easy question. You guys should know how to do this. This is a pretty straightforward solving system of linear equation question. or Dakshi wrote something, but let's see what Kritik is doing here. Okay, let's see if Kritik got the equation. Okay, yeah, you're on the right track, sir. Keep going. All right. So Shreya got the right, and then Kritik was on the right track. Oh, Kritik didn't go anything further, so you wrote something, and then after that you start. Okay, let's see how my Anaha is doing. Anaha, okay, let's see what you have done so far. Okay, so I'm not sure Kritik what's going on. So first step, none of you have done. So let's W, or I can use X, W be the number of white break. R be the number of white breaks. 2 white break, 2 W plus 5 red breaks. 5R is 31.4. What?
How will you represent the weight of the white brick instead of the number?
Oh yeah, W be the weight. You're right. W be the weight, and R be the weight. Right. And then 4 white break and 1 red break. Sometimes it's easy to do isolation or elimination. So I'm going to do elimination. I'm going to be say 2 times 5. So 20 W. 20 W. I'm going to multiply that by my 5, 17.8 times by 5. 89. Equation number 3. Then I'm going to do 3 minus 1. 18 W. 89 minus 31.4. 57.6. So W. 3.2 kilogram. So from equation number 1, we're going to put W is equal to 3.2 kilogram. 2 times 3.2 plus 5 times R 31.4. So 5R is 31.4 minus 6.4. R is 31.4 minus 6.4 divided by 5. Kritik, are you following the math?
Yeah, I'm following.
Which is going to be 5 kilogram. And then you have to write a conclusion statement. Therefore, the weight of white brick is 3.2 kilogram and that is 5 kilogram. How do you see in the picture? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going back to some analytical geometry question. Right. Before I going back to analytical geometry, I like to going back to some quadratic relations. So let's get started with the first quadratic relation. Determine the key features. When they say key features, you should talk about vertex, open up or down, max or min value, axis of symmetry, and then x-intercept and y-intercept. Can you just do all of them for the graph, please? Vertex, open up or downward, max or min value, axis of symmetry, x-intercept, and y-intercept. Let's see if you guys can able to get that one done. That's a good question to ask everything about quadratic. I don't want to say any hint. I want you guys to figure it out. Hello, how's it going, guys? Tough question. Let's see who can do this. Let's see who else can do this. Let's see what Dakshi is doing. All right. All right. Yeah, Dakshi, you're not going nowhere on that. But first part workout, yes. But okay. Let's going back to Kritik. Kritik, how are you doing, sir?
I'm still fine.
All right, guys. First step. You have to complete the square. Complete the square to switch it back to vertex form. Not all the expressions are factorable. So how do I do that? The goal is we want to add the half of the x coefficient. So half of the x coefficient is 1 and subtract 1. We know the whole thing is a perfect square expression. So y is equal to x plus 1 whole thing squared minus 8 minus 8 minus 9. This is in vertex form. Now, to find the x-intercept, so therefore, I can say what the vertex is. -1 comma -9. The goal is to keep an expression in the form of, because in front of this, we got a positive 1. It's going to be open up. Minimum value the vertex y value. Axis of symmetry. X is equal to vertex x value. X-intercept. So that's a little tricky. We need to set the y 0. So when we set the y 0, let's see if I can factor it. That's look like a factorable expression. So x is equal to -4, or x equal to 2. Y-intercept, when x is 0, y-intercept is going to be -8. Are you guys following that, guys? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I did this. Did you do this? X squared plus 6x plus okay, 8. Can you just do all the analysis I did? All the analysis I did. Okay, let's see what you guys actually are doing. Anna had a great what she's doing. Are you doing some work, Anna, here, or should I call mom to find out what you're doing?
I'm doing work, sir.
Okay. I didn't see that you copied my question, lady. Okay, I give a different question to work on. Let's see what Kodik is doing.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
this is going on your YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
What's it called again?
Why?
It's just really interesting to read and watch about math. I'm gonna go subscribe to your channel later.
No.
Why?
Just do your work now.
Wait. But at least put it into the chat so I can grab it later.
If you pay attention and do all the questions, I will do it at the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Wait, I don't get it. Like, how would you do the bottom question?
How did you do what?
Like the question we're doing right now, like the bottom one?
The C2, I didn't ask to do that, so I asked you to do this question.
Wait, which question?
I want you to analyze all the properties of that function x squared plus 6x plus 8. Are you working on that? Huh? You're not working on that, right? Are you working on that question? All right, so let's see how you guys get this one done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Who's that? Dakshi? Hi. Is it Dakshi say done? Hello? Huh?
I'm done.
Okay, let me see.
We're done.
Okay, pretty cool. Let me load my app. Okay, Krodik doesn't know complete a square. He's doing something. That's okay. He has a formula to memorize it. And let's see. Dakshi said Dakshi is done. Dakshi, how did you do that question? Let's move on. X squared plus 6x. Okay, yeah, that's right. So Dakshi is done. Let's go back to Shreya's work. Anaha works because Anaha is done. Excellent. Okay, Anaha is done. Good job, Anaha. Well done. And then Shreya is done. Okay, pretty straightforward. Krotik, I think that you would like to memorize that formula, but you need to know how to complete a square, sir. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. We're going to do that first. Then we're going to going back to do y is equal to x plus 3 whole thing squared minus 1. Vertex. Negative 3 comma negative 1. Axis. Y is equal to, x is equal to negative 3. Maximum value or minimum value open upwards, so minimum y is equal to negative 1. Now, we need to factor this. If you factor this, x squared plus 6x plus 8 is x plus 4 times x plus 2. And we set back to 0, x-intercept are negative 4 or negative 2. Y-intercept, we're going to set this x factor 0 at 8. Are you following that, Sir Krotik? Hello?
Yeah.
All right. So now, this is an interesting question. Determine the equation quadratic relation with axis of symmetry x equal to 4 and x-intercept is minus 1. How do we do that? Well, we know y is equal to 8 times x minus x whole thing squared plus k. Right? Now, Axis of symmetry 4. That is 4. X minus. Now, they say x-intercept is -1. So when axis of symmetry x equal to 4 and x-intercept is -1, something that we're going to going back to more visualizing it. So let's going back to see how we're going to be visualize the problem, because this is a super thinking question. So they said axis of symmetry is 4. Axis of symmetry is 4. 1 x-intercept at -1. Something you should know. When there's a -1 x-intercept, there will be another x-intercept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So y is equal to, using the x factored form, x minus -1 times x minus 4. I mean x minus 9. So we need to find a value. So if you know that x-intercept, any quadratic relation can be expressed in this form. It's called the factored form. The hidden message is, using this, they want you to find the other x-intercept. But we need to find a value. We need to find the a value. How do I find a value? I'm going to use the information that axis of symmetry. When axis of symmetry is going to be 4, well, we can really find a value. So we're going to leave the a value alone, because we need to have another point to find a value. So it is going to be, if you say a is equal to 1, is x plus 1 times x minus 9. Some cases, they will give you more information to find a. Are you following the logic? How do we did this question? Hello.
Yeah.
All right. There's a lot of this type of question. Is going to be there. So let's see if I can going back, but I'll bring back to the questions. So let's going back to the next question here. Can you just look at the next question, C4? Read the question. Are you working on the question, Anna? Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see how you guys have put this problem. Let's see who got the idea. What's happening on the question? All right. Just waiting for the rest to just play around the question. All right, guys. So this is a super interesting question. I'm not sure that if you guys got that right. So let's see what's happening here. So the question is asking a stream of water flowing out of the hose that can be modeled by the equation. That means from the ground, this is the model they provide from the model, not from the fire hose, from the model. So from the ground, where y is the height of the water in meters above the ground and x is the horizontal distance. A fireman climbed up the inclined ladder, so the peak of the stream is now 4 meters further horizontally and 2 meters high. How far the water stream can now reach? First step, if the fireman didn't climb, we want to find out how high it can reach, how horizontally it can reach. To do that, you really need to find out the vertex, x coordinate, and the y coordinate. We need to find out the maximum height. So how do I find the maximum height? So you have learned on your grade 10 class, if something in a factored form, the vertex x coordinate can be found by s plus t divided by 2. In this case, the s is -1, t is 11. So s plus t divided by 2 is -1 plus 11 divided by 2, which is 5. Now, how do I find the y? I'm going to plug in here. -1/6 times 5 plus 1 times 5 minus 11. If I do the math, -1/6 times 6 times -6, you can see that is going to be 6 meters. So based on the original model, you can go 5 meters horizontally and 6 meters vertically. So this is the original model. You can go 5 meters. I mean horizontally 5 meters. And then vertically, you can do 6 meters. The fireman climbed up the inclined ladder. So the peak of the stream is now 4 meters further horizontally. So when that 4 meters further horizontally, we know originally, so that is 5,6. Now originally, this will go 5 meters, but this is going to go 4 meters further horizontally. So it's going to go 5 plus 4 meters, going to be 9 meters. Next one, 2 meters high. Originally, it can go 6 meters high, and 2 meters height is going to be 8 meters high. I just seen that question. Hello. Hi.
Yeah.
Shreya, Dakshi,
Yeah.
and Anna.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a word problem here. This is something a modeling question. So what I want to going back to now, I want to going back to some analytical geometry. Let's give you guys a 5 minutes break and then come back. We're going to continue from B2. 5 minutes break. So when I call your name, I want to see you say hi in minutes. All right. Stretch yourself and come back in 5 minutes. We will continue. All right, we have 2 more minutes. When you guys back, we will get started again. And how the grade? Are you here or you on a break?
I'm still on a break. I'm
Okay.
sleeping.
You say you're sleeping?
Yes.
What do you
Yes.
say?
You said we get break, right? So I
Yes.
took the break to sleep.
Okay.
So are we still on break?
2 more minutes.
Okay.
It's today's your mama's birthday?
Yeah, I woke her up and said happy birthday to her. My mom got mad
Why?
because I woke her up early in the morning.
Oh. All right. The break comes to an end. So we're going to do B2. Can you just look at the B2? It's a called an analytical geometry question. Analytical geometry question. Look at it. Actually, are you done? Hi.
Yeah.
You done with the question?
Oh,
B2.
no, I'm not done yet.
Okay. Let's see how these guys doing. Sure.
Wait, sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So for this, we use like the distance formula.
Sorry?
For this, we use the distance formula.
Correct. Yes. You have to use the distance formula. All right. So let's see what's happening here. Ahmed is at 0, 4. and then 3 comma 5, 7 comma minus 1. They agreed to meet their track located halfway between Bonnie and Clyde. So halfway between Bonnie and Clyde mean they just decided to meet in here. So this is Ahmed. The question is asking the distance Ahmed must travel to reach this. That's what the question is. So, Anaha, how would you solve this question? Anaha,
Yeah.
how would you solve the problem? What would you do to solve this question?
Isn't that like, what's it called? Median? So you
You
would
don't
find
need-
the midpoint,
Why do you need,
and then
why
you'll
do you-
calculate for the
why do you need to find a median? You can find a midpoint coordinate and then using the distance formula to find. Let's call that M.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So can you guys tell me find M and use the M and
One
A
moment, sir. My mom gave me the most delicious food in the world. I must eat the food. I'm almost finished though, sir, so don't worry.
Is that mutton kotu?
Hell no.
Correct.
I hate mutton kotu. Actually, I don't hate mutton curry, but I hate kotu.
Okay. Kodik, do you understand what the question is asking to do, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you execute the math? Is a mental math for the midpoint? Write it down, man. Write it down according to our midpoint. First, you need the coordinate of M. Then only you can go back to use a distance formula, right? Write the coordinate of M. So let's see what Dakshi is doing. All right. Yeah. So that's right. You need to find the coordinate of that. All right. So Dakshi got an answer. Okay. Let's going back to Krudik. So what Krudik has? Krudik got right. Let's going back to. I know Anna is eating her delicious food. So I'm not sure why do you find a slope, Shreya? Absolutely no need for this. So we're gonna find the M. 3 plus 7 divided by 2, comma 5 plus minus 1 divided by 2, isn't it? 10 divided by 2, 5 plus minus 1, 4 divided by 2, which is 5 comma 2. All I need to use is, I need to use 0 comma 4 and 5 comma 2, use the distance formula to find the distance, right? 0 minus 5 whole thing squared plus 4 minus 2 whole thing squared. 25. 4 squared. 4 squared of 29. Are you following that? Shreya? Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you go back to the next question? It's a really thinking question. Really good question and thinking question. Let's see how you guys figure that out. This is the real thinking question. Open-ended test, we call it. All right. So let's ask Anaher. Can you give me an answer for the first question, Anaher?
Determine an equation of another linear system.
I didn't ask to read the
with
question.
no solution.
I didn't ask to read the question.
Okay. Wait. No solution. So that means. Oh no, I remember this. Wait, sir. Come back to me later. Don't give this question away. I need to rethink. Is it when the
So Dakshing, if you create a collinear, it will have an infinity many solution, which is not right.
No, the first one's B and then the second one's A.
Okay. Okay. So let's see. And then Shreya, oh, she got the equation. Okay. She is right. So let's see how. Krudik, do you have an answer for the first one, man?
No.
First, find a slope. How do you find a slope? Rise over run. So if I want to go from here to here, rise 2 units, run 3 units. So the equation of the given line is +5. No solution. You have to have the same slope, but different x-intercept. Now, with different number of solution. So different number of solution means I can create an identical solution. So if I see 2/3 of x plus 5, that is going to be collinear. But how do I make sure it's not collinear, giving me some solution? I can say y is equal to some number I want to put 1/3 of x plus 2. So if I say 1/3 of x plus 2, so let's see how to roll that. You draw 2 here, 1/3 mean you go 1 unit up, 3 unit to right, 1/3 of x. So if you're going to connect this line, they're going to meet together at this point. That will have one solution. Just seen the picture. Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Next analytical geometry question. A little cool one. The diagonal of the rhombus are perpendicular bisect of each other's line segment AC and BD are diagonal of rhombus ABCD. Determine the possible coordinate for B and D. I love this question. Let's see. It's an engineering question. Let's see who will figure that out. Are you just thinking about a question?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the strategy, Anna? How do you say you're thinking about that question? What is your strategy?
Figure out what the question means.
Oh,
Then-
figure. Okay, I
And
see.
sir, I'm going to, since there's two triangles up there, I'm going to figure out half of the triangle by solving for the distance between C and D. Hypothetically, that would allow me to solve for the distance points C and A. Then I would divided it by 2 to split it. So then, hypothetically, I will get half the distance. Then
Shreya, what is your strategy then?
I don't really know.
Do you guys agree that's a midpoint?
yeah,
Does everyone agree that's a midpoint of AC?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 divided by 2, 4 divided by 2, so 3, 2. Now, we want to think about coordinate for XD, YD, and then this is going to be BXD, YB, XB, YB, such that if I add XB plus XD divided by 2, I should get 3. YB plus YD divided by 2, I should get 2. Because they say bisect each other's mean. Both BD and AC has the same midpoint. So the question for us is, what two possible numbers, one in positive, one in negative, add up together? Well, two positive numbers add up together because X coordinate is going to be positive to get my average to be 3. So we're going to going back to see how that be able to make sense. So you should know the coordinate D is supposed to be less than 9. So if it is less than 9, we can see that. And then also coordinate of B also need to be less than 9. the x coordinate of D is supposed to be smaller than x coordinate of B. So we had to think about two numbers. When you add up together, positive numbers will give you that 6. Or if you cross multiply, xb plus xd supposed to be 5. So how do I not supposed to be 5, supposed to be 6. So how we can think about it? Okay, let's think about 1 and 5. So if 1 plus 5 divided by 2 is going to give me 3. So this can be 1 and that can be 5. Now, we know YB plus YD multiply together 4. Now, I want YD supposed to be positive, YB supposed to be negative. So you can just think about two numbers. YD is positive, YB is negative. Simply as it is. YD cannot be 5 because Y coordinate. YD cannot be 5. It should be lower than that. So I can say 4. Now I want to see another number so that when I add it, it's going to be 4. So 4 is not going to be a good choice. 4 is not going to be a good choice. You can see that if you use a 4, what will happen? Because I need YB plus YD, add up together 4. But YB cannot be 0 because it's just below. Can you just tell me two numbers that add up together? This where YD must be positive. Also should be less than 5 because you see that if I draw this line, that should be below 5. And then YB must be negative. Shreya, can you give me two numbers that will work it out? Hi.
Yeah.
Can you give me two numbers? YB plus YD is going to be 4 based on the diagram.
YB can be
It can be negative now, right? Decimal number. We don't need to give positive answers. So I can say 4.25 and negative 0.25, isn't it? Are you just following that? Hello.
Yeah.
This is that absolute thinking question. So it's pretty easy to put it on an open-ended task because it's going to be multiple possible answers to come up. You can still say negative 0.75 plus 4.75. That's still going to give you guys a 4. As you see, how do we approach? First, what we did, we find out the midpoint. We should know it should give the same midpoint for the other diagonal. So that's a logistic I am playing. All right. So look like I did a good review on this package. I'm gonna moving back to because I was doing some review last class. Because I did talk about sine law and cosine law. I was thinking what I was exactly doing last class because so we were doing some review on here. Okay, so I'm gonna going back to now to see your skill set in factoring quadratic relation review. So let's going back to my handout. Written review, linear system. We did enough linear system. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about last class, safety file. I'm not sure whether I think place. I did some of them last class. It looked like I did some of them last class. Okay. All right, so let's going back to some factoring review. Backward. Can you just do G and H, please? We will wind up G and H. All right. Let's see who's this doing. That is Kritik. All right. Same thing is thinking about those numbers. Let's see what's going on with Anna. Is Anna really ready for her final exam? Maybe, maybe not.
Oh, I'm not ready for my life anymore.
That's okay. That's also good. There are Indian Ocean, there are Pacific Ocean to choose. All right, I'll do one other question to wind up. Just a quick recap. 12 times 5 is 16. 15 times 4 is 16. 15 minus 4 is 16. So 12x squared plus 15x minus 4x minus 5. 3x, 4x plus 5 minus 1, 4x plus 5. All right, guys, that's winding up the review for today. I have, as I said, that I will continue your classes for the next 3 weeks, I believe. That's the plan. So actually, 2 more classes. We will go in 7 and 14, and then we will wind up there because the following week is going to be an exam week. So bring it on your exam review if you have in the class. Otherwise, I will do more exam review on my end to wind up. That's for you guys today. You're allowed to leave and have fun in the rest of the evening.
Wow, thanks, sir. Bye.
Bye-bye.